So Happy Gilmore coming back. Shit, man, I didn't even think. Honestly, I never thought that there could be something to go off of what the first movie gave us, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad choice, but it's definitely a random one for Adam Sandler, right?
I mean, it's a great character that he came up with, and to be honest, I am excited to see what he comes up with in this one. I just hope it veers away from what they gave us in the first one, because if they just try to do it the same way, it's not gonna work. So, but you saw the trailer. What do you think?
I mean, so the one that I saw was only like 47 seconds long. It's not much. They don't really give you much of anything.
It's just like a little taste.
Him being himself like he was in the original movie. He's riding around on the golf course, like riding his friggin' golf stick, whatever the hell it's called, putter.
What?
I don't fucking know. I don't
golf
know golf
clubs
terms.
Club, man.
Yeah,
golf
I
clubs.
don't golf. I don't sport. This is why.
Neither
this
did
is here.
he, but he still got a
He played
jacket.
hockey.
Yeah, but look at he got a jacket.
He got
That's my jacket.
You can do it. No, man. Honestly, I think it's gonna be cool. Hopefully, I really sincerely hope that it's not like Grown Ups 2.
Yeah, because Grown Ups was like
Phenomenal, dude.
and then they missed their marker with number 2, and I think it was because they weren't all in it. Because Rob Schneider wasn't in it, and it was just the.
Was he not in the movie?
No, he wasn't in it. It was
you know,
David
that's a good
Spade,
point.
Chris Rock, Kevin James, and Adam Sandler,
Oh yeah, you can't forget the best cameo in that entire movie. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
and Shaq.
Yeah, but Shaq is in every freaking movie that Adam Sandler does now.
That's true.
Shaq is in everything.
But yeah, they really missed their marker, and the whole movie. We're veering off, but just to be quick, that whole movie took place in one whole day. That's what they did in one day, and I was like, that's stupid.
Nah.
Yeah, they woke up, the deer pissing on them and all that shit. Then they went to on the bus. They fucked with him. Then they go to the store, do their whole shit at the store.
At the mechanic.
Yeah, and then they go to his job. They go to Kevin James's job. They go to his job and roll David Spade down with the tire. And then they go to the cliff, do the jumping. And then pretty much it was just take place all in one day. I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah, because the whole point of Grown Ups 1
Was them getting back together and actually reliving what they've been missing.
And giving their kids like an experience as real kids, not just like as these
because
snotty little rich kids like they were.
Well, not it was Adam Sandler's kids, because he turned out to be a big time
Movie executive. In Hollywood.
Yeah, he was a big time movie guy, and he was just like, yo.
Hollywood. His kids like to drink Voss.
Yeah.
Voss thing is a little bit of a inside joke.
It's Voss with the V, by the way.
Not tap water.
But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I love Adam Sandler.
Sequels aren't always his best.
Not his best thing. I mean, to be honest, I would have liked to see if they were gonna do anything, I would have liked to see a Mr. Deeds 2, because that movie looks like they could have done something.
See, I'm opposite of that. I like Mr. Deeds as a concluded movie. I want to see like a sequel to like Billy Madison.
Yeah, I could see a Billy Madison too.
Well, you got to think, right? So like a sequel for Billy Madison would have been great, because he goes through all those trials and tribulation and actually properly graduates school, even though he definitely didn't do anything properly about that. But, it would have just been cool to see that get done, because that movie reached its conclusion. But okay, that was what, like 30 years ago almost that they made that movie, 25, 26 years ago.
It's just almost as long as Billy Madison.
Yeah. So like to see that however many years later, what that character's up to now and how he's doing.
It would have been. See, I don't think Adam could have brought Billy back though, because Billy was like something else. That was like his peak of comedy,
Kind of, yeah. I mean, that scene,
like,
you quote that scene all the time in the movie where he's like in the tub and he's playing with the rubber
that's
duck.
my favorite fucking scene. Stop looking at me, Swan. Yeah, that shit's classic.
It keeps you shiny, silky, and smooth. No, but honestly, dude, going back to Gilmore, you know, like
Plus,
I think it has potential to be a good sequel as long as they do it justice. As long as they don't just do.
They don't
as
rush.
long as it's not a cash grab, man.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a cash grab. The only thing that sucks is they can't put Carl Weathers, who was the guy that was training Happy. Yeah, because obviously he passed away.
Rest in peace.
Last year? Yeah, last year or this year, Carl Weathers passed away. So they can't put him back and see Happy looking up maybe from time to time, seeing him talk to him, you know? Because that's how they ended the movie, was him waving, saying, "Hey, Happy."
Well, you know, they could always just like.
And plus his grandmother, because I'm sure she's passed by then.
That I'm not too sure on. I'd have to look that up.
The girl that played her, yeah, I'm sure she's probably been long gone for a while now. So they can't bring her back. So I'm assuming Happy has the house that he saved in the first place. So I'm sure she gave that to him. So I'm sure the girl he ends up with in the movie, they're still together.
Right,
you know?
She's in the trailer.
Yeah,
you see the two of them kiss and her.
Yeah, so they're still together. They probably have the house. He's still playing golf.
He's still being his character,
his goofy self.
Yeah.
So
I just hope that the plot of the movie is good, you know, because it can't be based off the same thing that the first one was. Because what the hell what would be the point of that?
The only thing is, and I'm probably gonna spoil it. My fear of the premise of the movie is it's gonna be a bigger golfer that's twice as good than Shooter was, and I think Happy's gonna have to go to Shooter, try to get his help, and be like, "Look, I know we've had our differences, but in order to beat this guy, me and you gotta work it out." Like I have a really strong feeling that's probably what the movie's gonna be about. So
you know what? At least with doing that, they didn't make the movie like 2 years later and decide that it's been 20 years in the movie. And
they at least
now there's actually been time in between each film.
Right. They at least given it some time to be like, all right, so 30 years have passed. This is what's pretty much happening.
As long as it's not like Dumb and Dumber 2.
That's another one. That's another one,
dude. I'll be cool.
No,
you know,
that's another one.
Because in retrospect, if you look at friggin' like. We were talking kind of down about like Grown Ups 2, but it wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't as good as the first one, which often happens with sequels anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so
no offense to Jim Carrey and
Jim Carrey,
he's a genius in his own right of comedy, you know.
Yeah, and he himself has gone on record saying that he doesn't care much for doing sequels. So the fact that he came back so many years later to do that, it's kind of like, all right. I mean, that was a shot in the dark, and it wasn't bad, but it's
in the dark.
That one, I don't think that one even needed a sequel.
It didn't. It was just more of a, let's see how more stupid we can be. And that's where it failed. It was like, you guys are too stupid now.
It was in the wrong time. That was the issue. Because back when the movie came out, it was hilarious. But comedy's changed. It's more subjective now than it was back then.
Right.
It's not so based on kind of like idiotic humor the way it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at films, you were just trying to watch it earlier. You love the friggin' movie. Look at Tommy Boy. The movie is... It's dopey though. Come on, man.
Bro, you cannot take away what Chris Farley always brought to the table.
I love Chris Farley. I love Tommy Boy. I think it's actually a hilarious movie. But if you looked at it now and they made a sequel now, well, tell me what you would think. Come on. If he was still around.
If they did make a sequel, just as we're saying, it would have to be they would have to veer off from what they gave us in the first one.
Yeah, they can't go
because
directly
if Chris
off of
Farley was still around, he probably would do another one. But at the same time, I don't really. He gives me that Jim Carrey vibe. I'm not really for sequels, you know.
Yeah, I don't need to do it. We already did that. I played that character.
But Chris Farley was funny in his own damn right, man.
I think the reason that we're veering off around
There's
so many different movies is because we only had a 47-second clip to go off of, right?
Not much,
but like,
that can give
to tie
you.
it into all these other sequel projects or potential sequel projects, and like where it could go versus where it's probably going to go, you know, it's fun. That's the fun perspective about sitting down and looking at these trailers. You know, you never know what you're going to get out of them until they come out and see them. I mean, you remember the hope around like all these other movies. I won't name them off because right now I think we've already done that 10 times, but
Yeah.
you know, it's just the fun of it. It's
Yeah.
the fun of sitting down, seeing these trailers and hoping for the best.
And
You
that's
never know
what
what
we
you're gonna
hope
get.
for. We hope for the best. So,
I'm different. I like the Joker too. He doesn't.
Son of a bitch, Paul, why didn't you just go home? That's your home!